In this video, I'm sharing some of my favorite plants for foundation plantings right in front of your house. These are reliable workhorse plants that create structure and make your home feel really polished and welcoming. I'm Amy from prettypurpledoor.com, where I help home gardeners design 4-season landscapes that are unique to them. So let's dive right into this list. So for this video, instead of just giving you a random list of plants, I've organized it into 4 clear categories to help you build a foundation planting that's anything but boring. We'll start with evergreen shrubs that will give you structure year-round in your garden. Then I'll move into ornamental grasses for movement and texture. After that, I'll show you some flowering shrubs and shrub-like perennials that offer bold season color. And finally, I'm going to wrap it up with some unique tidy perennials that can add personality to the front of your border. By mixing and matching plants from each category, you're going to get a layered dynamic look that stays interesting all year without the constant maintenance. So first we're going to do evergreen shrubs, which will add structure and year-round appeal. These are your core foundation builders that will keep their foliage all year long and create that winter interest we need in the front of our houses. First is Dwarf Globe Spruce. This gets 3 to 5 feet high and 4 to 6 feet wide. It's very cold hardy, growing in zones 2 to 8 in full sun. Dwarf Globe Blue Spruce brings bold year-round color and structure to foundation plantings with its naturally rounded, slow-growing form. Its iconic steel blue needles shine and maintain a consistent color throughout winter, which creates an eye-catching focal point with 0 pruning required. This thrives in full sun and well-drained soils. It's resilient against drought, against pests, against salt, making it perfect for homeowners who want something unique, polished, and utterly plant and forget. Golden Mop False Cypress gets 3 to 5 feet high and 3 to 5 feet wide. This one grows in zones 4 through 8 in full sun to part shade. I really love this shrub. Golden Mop adds a playful color and texture to foundation plantings. It's just a little bit different because it's got this thread-like golden foliage that stands out in every single season, especially if you plant it against darker evergreens or a brick siding. It stays in a neat rounded mound and requires almost no pruning. This is a perfect choice if you want something that looks designer but doesn't need a lot of work. This is Vintage Jade Distilleum. It gets 2 to 3 feet high and 4 to 5 feet wide, growing in zones 7 through 9 in full sun to part shade. Vintage Jade Distilleum is a sleek modern shrub with glossy layered foliage that looks great year-round. In late winter, these small deep red flowers appear along the stems, adding a subtle burst of color when it's blooming. It's low maintenance, drought and deer tolerant, and perfect for under windows, along walkways, or as a soft, natural looking hedge that adds structure without feeling stiff. Elsie Lee Azalea gets 3 to 4 feet high by 3 to 4 feet wide. It grows in zones 6 through 9 and part shade. Elsie Lee Azalea is really a standout choice for those who want spring color in a tidy evergreen package. Its soft lavender blooms feel fresh and elegant, and the compact shape makes it ideal for foundation plantings. Unlike many azaleas, this one's hardy and well behaved. You won't need to fuss over it. It just adds the right pop of color without being overwhelming or overly common. Blue Point Juniper gets 6 to 8 feet high and 2 to 3 feet wide. It grows in zones 4 through 9 in full sun. Blue Point Juniper offers a clean, upright form that instantly adds vertical interest to foundation beds. It's got these blue-green needles that create a strong color contrast and a really narrow shape that fits beautifully between windows or even as an anchor along the edge of your house. This shrub is incredibly low maintenance, drought tolerant, and it won't overgrow its welcome like many other evergreens will. It's perfect for homeowners who want structure and color without constant pruning and really need that upright vertical form. Next, we're going to get into some ornamental grasses that will add texture, movement, and contrast to your foundation planting. These add softness, rhythm, and seasonal change. So I always recommend that homeowners choose a grass or two and incorporate that into a foundation planting. The first one I'm going to talk about is called Prairie Dropseed. This gets 2 to 3 feet high by 2 to 3 feet wide. It grows in zones 3 through 9 in full sun. And Prairie Dropseed is just a really graceful, beautiful ornamental grass that brings softness and motion to any foundation planting. It's got fine textured green blades that form a tidy clump, and it turns a beautiful golden hue in the fall as well. In late summer, it releases fragrant, airy flower heads that smell faintly of warm popcorn, if you can believe it. This is a native grass. It's ideal for dry, sunny spots and stays neat without ever looking overgrown. Just a really perfect size. Next up is Cheyenne Sky Switchgrass. This gets about 3 feet high by 2 feet wide. It grows in zones 4 through 9 in full sun. And Cheyenne Sky is a standout switchgrass that delivers color and structure in a really compact form. It's got these blue-green blades that emerge in spring and quickly turn burgundy red by early summer, adding a bold contrast to any planting. And just incorporating that little bit of red into your garden in that time of year, really, really unusual for a grass. It has an upright habit that keeps it looking sharp even into winter. It's a great pick if you want a colorful, modern-looking grass that behaves itself in a smaller bed like a foundation planting. And here we have Elijah Blue Fescue Grass. I talk about this a lot on my channel. It gets 10 to 12 inches high by 12 to 18 inches wide. It grows in zones 4 through 8 in full sun. Elijah Blue Fescue is just a striking ornamental grass. It's known for its intense silvery blue foliage that holds color year round. I love that it's this compact, tidy form. I think it makes a perfect choice for edging or creating a neat border in front of your foundation planting. The icy blue color adds a really unique cool tone contrast that feels intentional and really polished in a landscape. It's drought tolerant, it doesn't spread, it stays looking crisp with really minimal care. I use this a lot as edging around my garden beds in the front of my house, and I love it for that. It's also very salt tolerant, and I also dump snow on it when I'm shoveling from my driveway, and it's really a set and forget, very low maintenance and very tidy, different looking grass. This free plant form printouts pack includes cut-and-place plant silhouettes that you can use over a photo of your actual garden or your home. It's especially great for foundation plantings. Just print a photo of your house and test out different shapes and combinations to see what works. You'll also get my 4 best tips for arranging plants in any garden when you download this free guide. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below. Now let's get into some flowering shrubs and almost shrub-like perennials that will add structure and seasonal color to your foundation planting. This is Fothergilla Blue Shadow. It gets 3 to 5 feet high and 3 to 5 feet wide. It grows in zones 5 through 8 in full sun to part shade. Blue Shadow Fothergilla offers rare powdery blue foliage on a compact native shrub. And that's just the beginning. In spring, it's covered in honey-scented white bottlebrush flowers. And in the fall, the foliage lights up in fiery oranges and reds. It maintains a dense, rounded form that's perfect for layering in foundation plantings. This is a great shrub if you want seasonal interest and foliage that really stands out from the crowd. This is Hummingbird Summer Sweet. It gets 3 to 4 feet high by 3 to 4 feet wide in zones 4 through 9, and it grows in full sun to part shade. Hummingbird Summer Sweet is a compact version of a native shrub known for its fragrant white flower spikes in mid to late summer. It thrives in moist soils and actually really likes partial shade, so it makes it a great choice for tricky spots near downspouts or shady foundations that are kind of under an awning. The blooms attract pollinators and the foliage turns this beautiful golden color in the fall. I put a picture of it on the screen for you. This plant is a really great option if you want scent, seasonal color, and reliability all in one tidy package. The blooms are really cool too. And here we have Little Henry Sweetspire, which has almost similar blooms to the summer sweet that we just looked at, a little bit smaller at 2 to 3 feet high by 3 to 4 feet wide. This grows in zones 5 through 9 in full sun to part shade. Little Henry Sweetspire is a compact native shrub that packs a big punch when it comes to seasonal interest. So in early summer, it's covered in lightly fragrant, cascading white flower spikes. And come fall, the foliage turns vibrant shades of red, orange, and gold that rival even maples. So instead of the golden foliage that you would get with summer sweet, this has kind of a variety and a mix on the plant. It's ideal for low maintenance landscapes where you want structure, blooms, and bold fall color in one tidy package. I'd say if you have room for it, I'd plant a couple of both of these. This is Threadleaf Blue Star. It gets 2 to 3 feet high by 3 to 4 feet wide and grows in zones 5 through 8 in full sun to part shade. Threadleaf Blue Star brings an airy texture and golden fall drama to foundation beds. Its soft, fine foliage forms a billowy mound that looks neat all season long. In spring, it adds a splash of soft blue star-shaped blooms, and by fall, it turns electric gold. It's also got this really cool ferny foliage, so it looks like a bush, but this is technically a perennial. I think the foliage really stands out against other shrubs that you'll have. This makes a great choice if you want something that reads like a shrub, but with much more movement and a lot of seasonal change and interest. Baby Joe Pieweed gets 24 to 30 inches high by 18 to 24 inches wide. In my experience, way taller and way wider, but we'll talk about that in a second. This grows in zones 3 through 9 in full sun to part sun. So Joe Pye weed offers late summer blooms on a plant that's far more compact than the wild version. Now, the wild version of Joe Pye weed gets very tall. This one says that it grows 24 to 30 inches everywhere I've looked online, but I have this plant and it's about 5 feet high. Every year it about doubles in width and length, so it kind of spreads. It's not going to take over space, but I would say you need quite a bit of space for this to kind of grow, and just count on it getting a bit higher than what it's saying on the package, just from my own experience. It produces these mauve purple flower heads that attract pollinators like butterflies and bees when few other plants are blooming in the garden. It's got an upright form and really clean foliage to make it suitable for foundation borders despite its taller height. This is a great way to add late season excitement without the weedy look of the full-size species. Like I said, it spreads and it gets wider over time, so it does need some room, but the pollinator benefits for this are just out of this world, and it's really low maintenance and easy care. This is blue false indigo, also known as baptisia. It gets 3 to 4 feet high by 3 to 4 feet wide, grows in zones 3 through 9 in full sun. While blue false indigo acts like a small shrub, it offers much more drama and color like a typical perennial plant. In late spring, it bursts into these spires of deep blue flowers held above tidy blue-green foliage. Once established, it's incredibly drought tolerant and it won't flop or spread aggressively on you. So if you want something with a formal shape and a little bit of a wild side, this plant delivers both, and I just love the blue flowers. It's a really unique color to add to your foundation planting. So now we're going to talk about tidy, unique perennial flowers that will add color and personality to kind of the front or the middle of your garden beds. These provide punch without a lot of chaos. First up, we have Black-Eyed Susan Goldstrum. This is a variety of Black-Eyed Susan that only gets 18 to 24 inches high by 18 to 24 inches wide. This grows in zones 3 through 9 in full sun. Goldstrum Black-Eyed Susan is a compact, really well-behaved version of the classic native wildflower. It forms tidy mounds of bold golden yellow blooms with dark centers that stand upright without any staking needed. Unlike some other varieties, this one stays in place. It doesn't spread aggressively. It's a cheerful, low-maintenance option that delivers a strong color and structure at the front or middle of a foundation bed. I think it would look great with that baptisia that we just talked about too. This is Millennium Allium. It's 15 to 20 inches high by 10 to 15 inches wide, grows in zones 4 through 9 in full sun, and this is a little bit different than the typical alliums that you would plant as bulbs in the spring. This is actually a perennial plant that you would purchase as a plant and just put in your landscape. It blooms a lot later, like mid to late summer, instead of the early alliums, so any of you allium lovers out there, this is a way to extend that beautiful look of alliums and get it into plant form. Millennium Allium puts on a show in mid to late summer with these cheerful purple globe-like flowers above neat grassy foliage. Unlike other alliums that you would grow in the spring, it doesn't flop or go dormant after blooming. It will keep your foundation planting clean and lively. It attracts pollinators in droves and adds a really great texture and rhythm to a space. This is a go-to if you want something compact, colorful, and just completely fuss-free. Plus, those blooms are so cute, the little circles. I just love alliums so much. Here we have Caradonna Meadow Sage. This grows 18 to 24 inches high by 18 inches wide in zones 4 through 8, takes full sun, and Caradonna salvia features deep blue purple spikes and dark stems that add kind of an elegance and an edge to a sunny foundation planting. Its tidy clumping habit keeps it looking polished all season, and it often reblooms with simple deadheading, so not much maintenance and you can get a lot from this plant. Pollinators also can't get enough of this plant, and neither will people who are viewing your home. It's one of the best choices for adding drama without any chaos or tons of upkeep. This is called Short and Sassy Sneezeweed. Isn't that such a cool name? It gets 12 to 18 inches high by 18 to 24 inches wide, grows in zones 4 through 9 in full sun. Short and Sassy is a variety of helenium that brings bold sunset colored blooms on a plant that stays low and lush. The vibrant orange and yellow flowers appear in midsummer and go all the way to frost in the fall. It's got a really neat mounding habit that makes it perfect for the front of a foundation bed without looking messy at all. It's a compact color bomb that doesn't ask for much care in return, so definitely consider adding sneezeweed to your garden. Really, really pretty. And last but not least, we have tall verbena or Verbena bonariensis. This is an amazing plant. It gets 36 to 48 inches high, and it's only 12 to 18 inches wide. It grows in zones 7 through 11. Just know that it may self-sow in cooler zones. So even if you're below zone 7, you can still try this plant and just think about it as an annual and hope that it might self-sow and come back for you. This grows in full sun. What I love about tall verbena is it brings a light, whimsical touch to your foundation plantings because it's got these airy stems and lavender purple blooms on it. It rises above lower growing plants and adds soft movement and vertical interest without blocking any sight lines. This is what they would call a see-through plant. It's perfect for creating layers or adding a meadow-like vibe to an otherwise really structured space. It's a favorite among pollinators as well, and it blooms all the way from summer through fall with absolutely very little care. So like I said, even if you're below zone 7, this is worth trying to find a packet of seeds for it and see what it does. It's really, really cool. I love this plant. Before you finalize your layout, I want to make sure that you're not making any of the most common foundation planting mistakes. So I've got a video that walks you through 7 key things to avoid and what to do instead for a layout that actually looks good year round. I'm going to leave a link to that right here, and I'll see you over in that video.